Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Baby Show, episode 42. I am B.
And I'm Chick.
And I'm Chris.
And, guys, we got a special guest in the house tonight.
Yeah, we love when we have guests.
Yeah.
Christian Hahn, welcome to the podcast, The Adult Babies. A comedian. We have a comedian here.
Thanks for having me.
Way to fuck that up.
He is the worst at introducing people.
Well,
Fumbled it.
We're working on that.
Hey,
We're working
listen.
on that.
Maybe
Maybe the CBD
Who
oil.
put
hasn't
this guy
I
kicked
just
in.
took my
Mike.
CBD oil.
Yeah,
That's what it
hasn't
was.
kicked in
Okay,
yet.
that's it.
That's it. Yeah, thanks for coming here, man.
Yeah,
really
no problem.
appreciate
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me. This
dude.
is cool.
We're trying to get more guests on. And
you were the only one that said yes.
Right now.
That's not true. That's not. Well, you were the only one
No,
who reached out.
Christian's
to
a
me.
hilarious local comic, though.
Yeah.
We're
Thank
excited
you.
to have you
So,
on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've always been one of my favorite comic. Long Island. You know, if I'm in Long Island, I do the mics out here. I always see you're always funny. You make me laugh. So,
Thank you.
glad to have you on.
Thank you. Likewise.
And yeah, I don't know. What do you have anything to promote? Do you want to? Are we starting with promotion? Do you have anything? I don't know.
Okay. I have 2 shows this weekend. Friday, I'm at the Bolton Center
Ooh, I was gonna go to that.
Oh, it's nice.
in Bayshore. That's going to be a fun show.
Long Island one.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
That's a good
Yeah,
time,
and
man.
I'm heavy on the Long Island scene.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I'm in Huntington Station in a
you
hip hop
go.
recording studio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
There you go.
Strains Foundation Studio, and yeah, those are the
All right.
upcoming ones right
That's
now.
real cool.
Those sound good.
B likes to have his friends travel, so he doesn't like to do them on Long Island.
I'm sorry you're so lazy. Jesus Christ.
Honestly, that's just where my connections are.
Nah,
you
I
know
would
what I
It's
mean?
the same thing with me. It's
Yeah.
like where your connections are.
Brendan
That's-
had
Yeah.
a show Saturday, and we both didn't
Yeah.
go, but he did offer to pay for both of us to
Yeah,
go.
I was like, I'll be
Yeah.
fucking pricks. It's all right.
In my defense, last week I was under the weather.
You've been under the weather for about a month.
I'm feeling great now. I'm healthy.
You're supposed to be feeling
That's
great
what he
last
says
time.
until you invite him to a show.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, bro, I can't. I'm sick.
By the way, he said the night before, he's like, I think I'm actually gonna go, and I texted him in the morning because I knew he was asleep. By the time he got
was I though? That was a weekday. No, Chick was at work.
on Saturday,
Wasn't this on Friday?
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
just
Saturday.
Oh, right.
But,
yeah, I was sleeping.
he
Trying to
finally-
So your way out of that.
I tried to do. I did.
he finally did get back to me. He's like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm like, yeah, I'm already on the train. I know you're not making
But
it.
you also told me 3:30.
The
and that
set's
text
already
was at
over.
2:00.
Because
You went in an hour and a half earlier than even if I wanted to, I still wouldn't have been able to go with you at least.
you couldn't.
I could have went by myself,
You have a
but
car.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I could have went by myself, but
Yeah. Well,
he was offered to pay for it. I wasn't about to take my own gas.
it's the worst.
Christian, you got any chicks in your life?
Do I have any?
I mean, this
not
chick,
women,
not women,
like-
like this guy.
Like nightmares.
Oh, I
I was like, oh, we're already getting into his love life.
I was like, what is this, Howard Stern?
Do I have any chicks in my life? I don't think so at the moment. I don't think so.
That sucks.
I have,
Really?
I have like 2 super close friends, and then I don't really have much
best way to do it.
variety of
That's
friends.
good.
I've had the same friends
You're
since I
gonna
was
make
like
it in
12.
comedy. That's
Yeah,
what
he'll-
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
you don't need a chick in your life. It's
Yeah, trust me. Most people who I'm in their
He's not
lives
even
are
on
like,
the show. He just shows up.
Chick doesn't need it. So yeah, I don't know. I did have a weird night that night. I had a show at Dangerfields, and it's a show I've been doing for years. And Christian, you know about the bringer shows.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Terrible.
So it's officially a bringer show, but I've been doing it for a while. The guy that runs it sort of lets me pay. So I've gone there. He'd be like, "Hey, every once in a while, if you have friends, make sure they come." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I usually I'm good with that. But I'm also anytime he books me to do it, he'll also let me pass where I can go up for free. He'll just give me a spot. So this particular weekend, he was in Italy. He's made a living off of being a Donald Trump impersonator, and he got flown to Italy.
Is that actually like a real thing?
That is a real thing,
And he's really good at it. Yeah.
He was on the nightly show with Larry Wilmore and all this stuff.
Wait, I think maybe I don't know. I feel like I do see. I've seen.
There's a lot of Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
that's why I'm not sure if I've seen this guy per se.
So he got flown out to Florence, Italy, to do a show, like a private gig with Adam Lambert, some guy that won.
Does he do them in Italian?
Oh my God! I should have asked him that. I don't think he does.
Adam Lambert, the guy from American Idol.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He was there. He's done a bunch of stuff.
He sings with
Maroon
Queen
5,
now.
maybe?
Does he really?
Yeah,
That's right. He is going on
he-
tour with Queen.
Yeah.
I saw
Damn,
that.
dude.
And
All
he's
right.
the lead singer.
So he's doing well.
Big shoes to fill.
There's impossible shoes to fill,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I go to this. That's why I was trying to push for these guys to come because I'm like, I have a feeling. Plus, I was at the end of my rope with this place anyway.
Yeah.
Dangerfields is a dying club.
It is
Of
not
course.
I mean,
good.
there's dust on those tables from 1973. It's bad.
That's
so
crazy to me. I just always
You can
thought,
see the outline of the plate.
yeah, yeah. There's a 90-year-old waiter there that still works there.
I believe it.
Charo. I don't know if you guys have seen
No,
him. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, and he tells jokes like sometimes it's.
Oh my god.
He's actually the only fun thing about the club, Charo. So anyway, I knew this was going to be an issue because the guy that always gives me a pass is in Italy. So I went there. I knew a few people there, and I was going there with the intention that this is my last time performing at this place. So I went there, and I had a couple friends that they were at a show before, and they ended up coming afterwards, and they sat down, and then I started talking to the guy that was running the show, and I'm like, listen, man, I don't know. I don't have anybody here. I have a couple people here. And he's like, you kidding me, right? I'm like, no, I'm not kidding you. I'm like, the guy that runs it usually throws me on. I've been doing it for a while here. He's like, well, it's not happening tonight. I'm like, all right, well, you can. I was like, and I walked in and I got my friends. I said, close out. And they closed out. And that's basically it. And so it wasn't much of a story.
Oh wait, so you didn't even go on?
No.
Oh, I did not
shit.
get that
'Cause
at all. From
I
your
just pulled up the
conversation.
text that you sent us, and it sounded a lot more dramatic.
It did, right?
Yeah.
That's what I did
Yeah,
not even
maybe.
realize that.
I thought you were like gonna fight the guy.
No, no.
Yeah, I thought he went on, had a set.
Here's what he texted
I
us
burnt it down.
on Saturday night. He said, by the way, I've officially ended my relationship with Dangerfield's Comedy Club. My time there is over. Went out like a man.
I did.
And then follows it up with, yeah, long time coming. I feel like I broke up with a shitty girlfriend. Made Noah and Jen close their tab and leave in the middle of the show. And
That's
we're
how
like,
you end like a
holy
man.
shit.
Oh, well, I also.
Yeah, I was just gonna
I
say.
thought, man, I'm thinking you're up on stage and you're like, you two, let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
I didn't even get on stage. I sat in the back, and I said to all the comics there, I said this show is bullshit. You're not going to want to do this very long. There's a you know,
you went
okay.
out.
So that, all right. So you did go out like,
but not like but quietly. I didn't do it where people could hear me. I just went into individual.
is bullshit.
I was like, yeah, to every comic that I
It's
talked to,
more
I'm like,
sinister doing it individually to each person. Like,
Don't
like,
ever work at this place.
Yeah.
Dangerfields is a good place to get past that if you want to do shows in June in front of 18-year-olds who just went
oh
to
yeah,
prom.
Yeah.
prom shows. Those are prom shows.
That's
you
the
know what?
only thing I know about that place is that they consistently do prom
They
shows.
definitely
That's
all
the only
time.
place. I've done prom shows. It is a nightmare at that point.
how is a prom show? Yeah, you guys both done
Shitty.
those or no?
It's shitty. It's
No,
all, nobody's paying
I've
attention.
never done a prom show, but I've only heard
Oh my
horrifying.
God. I was just
things.
gonna
Because,
say, I can only imagine.
Because what do they get? You know,
They don't-
they're 17.
There's no experience.
Yeah.
They don't know
Yeah,
what,
it's
and they
true.
don't care. They're
And they
talking.
can't drink.
Yeah,
Well,
it's-
That's
No,
it,
yeah, they
dude.
can't even
They can't even
drink.
They're
drink.
probably already shit faced.
they're hammered by the time
Probably,
they're in there.
Yeah, they're
that-
already so
I-
they don't-
belligerent.
I feel like Dangerfields only exists for comics to say, "Oh, I worked at Dangerfields,"
It does
because
have that.
it's got
Maybe
that.
years
name
That's
to
how
it.
they get
but-
that's how they get the bringers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I could see that because as someone who's not in like the comedian world, there, you hear Dangerfields, you're like, oh, that's probably a good
Well, I
place.
had people
Right.
at work
You know,
ask
you
me
just,
about
like,
Dangerfields the
associate
other
it.
day, or a month or so ago. They asked me about it. They're like, "Is that still like my husband and I want to go? Is that still a good spot?" And I'm like, "No."
In the 80s, I think in the 80s it was
Absolutely not.
still, Rodney Dangerfield was still alive. He lived upstairs. He'd
And
come out in his robe.
they had the show Night at Dangerfields or whatever.
Yeah, that's
and
where
they were breaking like
yep.
Sam Kinison in. You know,
Sam
Oh,
Kinison stuff.
see, there you go.
Yeah, so it was a spot.
Andrew Dice Clay had his first big breakout
Yeah.
show there. A lot of
Classic set there.
legendary
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
has happened on that stage. Not so much anymore.
yeah,
yeah.
but hey, at least you say you've been on the same
Yeah.
stage. as
So
them.
anyway, I was kind of a jerk, and I told the other comics, I'm like, you're barking up the wrong tree with this place, and they've been very good to me throughout the years. So whatever. But anyway, I go. This is weird. I go right back to where I do my open mics. I'm like, I'm just gonna do an open mic, and I couldn't even get on there.
what open mic?
It was full down at Climate Lounge. So then I'm like, I'm going to the cellar. So I went to this. Not that I was gonna go up at the cellar, but I was like, I'll hang out there.
Yeah.
Well, I think I was gonna go to Grizzly Pear, which is another place over there.
You could probably get up there.
Not that late, but so I'm walking to down by McDougal Street, and there's like a bunch of NYU kids that live over there. Their dorms are right there, and there's like a group of like 15, and they're taking pictures. So I'm like, oh Jesus! So I'm walking towards it, and I'm sort of like slowing down, and then like 2 of them just turn to me and they go, beard, and then 15 people turn to me. They're like, beard, and I'm like, what?
Oh, that's like your worst.
I'm like, what's happening?
Thing that could happen to you.
So then they're like, we're doing a scavenger hunt. We need a guy with a beard. I'm like, you're in the West Village, and I'm the first guy you found with a beard. So now they pull me in, and it's like 15 kids, and we took a picture, and they're all pointing at my beard. And I
wish we had that.
Dude, I've been scouring the Instagram for like since it happened.
You got to put like NYU scavenger hunt.
I've tried everything.
Wait, so they just took a picture of
I
your
took a
beard?
pic. They needed it was like a scavenger hunt, so they needed a picture with a guy with a beard. And then after that, I had to walk some guy across the street. So I walked, and I played it up. I did like the limp and all. So it was fun. They took a video of that. It was ridiculous, is what it was. But I've been
prop.
I was a prop.
I was
like, all right,
for a bunch of kids.
and they were all like, all right, thanks. And I was like, all right, that's my only time
He's
performing
just a
tonight.
novelty
Hey,
item.
at least you made some people laugh that night.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It's almost as good as stage time.
yeah, it's almost good, right? Walking down McDougal Street is just as good as
Isn't
stage
it
time.
sometimes when in a city like you go in to do open mics to get practice in, and like nothing goes your way?
Yes.
Almost
Like I
every
feel
time.
like you were having that night. Sometimes you just go into the city and you're like, I want to get
You
up.
spill something on your pants. Or
I want to
to
get up 3 times. You
Yep.
go to the first open mic, it's canceled. You
Yep.
go to the next one, full. You
Full,
try a
take it
third
on.
late one, like no one's gonna be here. You go, you get something to eat. You go, and it's 5 minutes before, and that one's full. And it's just a wrap.
That's how most
happen
nights
a
go.
lot?
Or worse,
Yes.
almost every time.
It's-
or you get
it's-
called up last, and there's like 2 people
Oh
left.
my
Yeah.
God.
And you're at the
Going
pit.
up last.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I was at the
resets,
pit
like, when you go
Sunday.
somewhere?
The pit in the attic,
For a
right?
month.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Most night. Yeah. It's a.
That's crazy to me that it's really just like a first come first serve, and it's not like you go there a few hours before.
Well, not even
that's
first
why I
come,
like
first
the
serve at a
Buddha
lot of
ones
places.
though, because you can sign up in advance.
Yeah, but even then, your name is thrown in a
Oh, well,
bucket.
that-
so
yeah,
if
I mean,
you
yes.
don't know when the hell you're
That
going
too.
to go.
But at least
Yeah.
you'll get on. You know you'll get on.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
that was my weekend. That's it.
I feel you on
fun
that.
time.
It was one of those nights where I just laughed. I was like, God, what a waste of a night for me. Like,
That's like every night for me. But at least you went out to the city.
At least you were trying to be productive.
I
You were
tried.
trying to be productive.
Wait, so did you end up going to the cellar and just?
This is the other thing. I wasn't going to say this, but I guess I will. I embarrassed myself in front of the cellar.
yes.
I really want to say this.
Brandon.
So there's a comic that I sort of know, Sean Donnelly. You know Sean Donnelly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So he had done one of my shows on Long Island, and he was. I've seen him a few times, and it's always weird. I'm always like weird with him, like or anybody.
I was just gonna say, let's not
Yeah.
just say
It's
him.
not
Oh,
You're weird
just
with
him, buddy.
everybody.
That's not true. He's been on TV, so I'm like, all right. I shouldn't
But if
be
you have a
talking to him.
relationship with him, who cares?
It's a relation. I don't know. So anyway, after this whole
can't
thing
even
goes
question
down,
it.
after this whole thing goes down with the scavenger hunt, after I was a prop, I walked right past the cellar and I made eye contact with him, and he was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And he shook my hand, and I was like, "What's up?" And I just kept walking. I don't know.
What the
I
fuck
got
is?
nervous.
Why are you so weird?
I don't know, man.
Did you have your CBD?
No, I
That's
just
the
kept
problem right
walking.
there,
You
brother.
need to have this.
You
CBD
need that
oil
all
on
the
you and
time,
pop it
man.
before you go out. Or
You
step out of
need
your
to be the
house.
poster boy of CBD.
It's not doing me much good though.
But
was
you
just
just walked
dumb.
right. You didn't even stop to talk to
Yeah,
him.
that's
That's
what's
the
weird
thing.
to me.
And then as the second I was away, I was like, oh man, I should have, because I felt he looked at me and then was like, where is he going?
yeah, he
But
said
where?
hello to
Wait,
you.
where did you go?
To the grizzly pear. And then I went back to the cellar and he was gone. I tried to redeem myself.
I looked at Christian's face and you said that, and every normal person's reaction is the same.
Yeah, I get I'm not normal, but
But that's not like an embarrassing
No,
thing that
no.
you embarrassed yourself.
Yeah.
I understand.
That was all you.
Of course, I know. I know my faults.
You could have been the cool guy who knows that
I am not
semi-famous
the-
person.
Dude,
I
didn't
was
you
at
see
the-
Crashing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the cellar because I went into the city Sunday. Do you know Mike Nicolia?
Yes.
Okay, I went to see Mike Nicolia do open mics, and we got there a little bit early, and we were like, let's stop at the cellar and get a drink. And I was like, all right, we could do that.
Yes. I do
So
that
we-
a lot.
Always
So
a
we
good
stop at the cellar and we get a drink, and then we're sitting there, and Mike is my boy, so I can make fun of him. So he's sitting there, And he's like, yo, there's Bobby Kelly right over there. Right? And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, dude, he's like, I opened for him one time.
Oh, no.
He's like, I'm going to say hi. And I'm telling him, I'm like, dude,
no.
please don't say hi. Right? I'm like, please don't. And so, and I'm like, he's facing Bobby Kelly and his back is to me. So I don't know when he's going to walk by. He's like, dude, when he walks by, I'm going to say hi. And I'm like, okay. At first, he like looks towards him and then Mike goes, hey, like mad loud.
Oh.
And Bobby Kelly doesn't acknowledge it, right? He goes, hey. And then I'm like, shit, I'm getting red.
Yeah. You're involved.
And I can't even believe that he's doing this right now.
Oh my God, I want to crawl under the table just
That would
to
be
see
it. That would be it.
And then Bobby Kelly's with his kid, and his kid walks by, and he follows his kid.
Oh,
and he's got like all the baby shit on
Yeah.
him, you know?
Oh, no.
So Mike goes, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Bobby? He's like, I opened for you at Westbury that one time. And he goes, oh, hey, man. He's like, that's good. And he's like trying to get out of here.
You could tell he's doing the
Yeah.
shift.
Thanks, man. That was real nice of you.
That was fun. I remember that night.
and then Mike goes, how you been? And he's like, good, and just like taps him on the shoulder like this.
Enough.
And then Bobby Kelly looks at his wife. He's like, we got to get out of here. I was dying on the
That's
inside.
hilarious.
So.
Oh my God. Okay, so there you go. I didn't want. I'm so.
But I couldn't do anything. I was a sinking ship, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, please stop.
He said hi to you, though. Is the
Okay.
main difference.
Right.
His friend went out of his way.
out of his way.
And
I
yelled
I
at this
knew-
guy.
I
And he
knew that
wouldn't
it was,
take no for an answer, too.
Yeah.
and I
No.
knew it was gonna pan out exactly
wasn't gonna-
how it
That's
did.
amazing.
I knew it was. I was like, dude, please don't. He's like, I'm saying hi. He's like, he recognized me. He's like, I talked to him for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how
Oh
that
my
works.
God. But all right, so the way Mike, he probably talked a little too much when he could have been like, hey, how's it going, man? And then I opened for you at wherever, Westbury. I would be afraid if I started talking, I would start talking too much.
Okay.
So I would start, I'm like,
That's fair.
Who
I
is
guess.
he, though? And I'm not trying to be like.
I did that to another comic. I did that to Pete Corielli one night. I went up to him, and he was outside the cellar smoking pot, and he thought I was a cop. And I was like, hey man, I love the show. And he looked at me. He's like, what show, man? I was like, I was like, oh, the podcast. He has a podcast that I like. So I'm sitting there, and I was a little loose that night. So I started talking to him. I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, I saw you open for Brewer back in the day at the downtown in Farmingdale, and he's like, cool, man, cool. And we started talking, and then I can tell he did the shift where he did the tap on me. He's like, all right, buddy, all right, good to see you, and it was very embarrassing, and I've never recovered from that.
He's also doing something illegal right in the middle, like in front, and you're just
Oh,
like,
it
I
doesn't
feel,
matter.
yeah, but I just feel like your timing. This one of the guy said hello to you as you were walking. You know what I'm saying? Like you booked him on a show, so there's a little more of a rapport that you have
more
with
of a
this guy.
relationship.
Yeah,
But you don't want to abuse that relationship and be like, hey, now we're buddies. So I just always got, listen, I got a lot of
probably
issues
thinks
in my
you're a
head.
weird
So I
individual.
he probably does. He probably does.
And he's not wrong.
And no, he's not. He's
not.
not wrong at all. But,
but
such
there's
is
something to be
life.
said about trying so hard to not be that guy too.
Of course. What's worse?
Yeah.
You know,
Being that guy
Yeah.
or going out of your way not to be that guy? Because either way you make a
because
jackass
it's weird
out of
because
yourself.
at least in comedy there's like a status thing. Like this dude's a headliner. He's
Yes.
working at but he's really just a regular guy.
Yeah,
Like,
Just a guy.
I get it though.
but like it's hard to like break that and be like and just like talk to him like a regular
Like
person.
a person, like without
Yeah.
acknowledging, like,
Yes.
oh, you're this guy.
Yeah.
I had
that's
a-
true,
I had
though.
a
I
weird
get it. I
interaction
get
with
it.
Jim Norton once like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you
then
had a weirder interaction.
and then another weird night.
Yeah.
He was there that night too at the cellar that
Yeah.
on Saturday. Very
Comics
weird.
are also weird people too. It's not like they're your normal celebrities too. Comics are all like.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Coming
as
from
awkward
Mr.
as we
I
are,
have it all
like,
together.
Yeah.
over
No,
here.
no, I don't
over
mean it
here,
like that.
Like, they're just as awkward, maybe more.
No,
So, like,
that's what I was getting at. Is that's why comics are like they're usually introverted people to an extent who kind of stay back and
they're
make
like,
fun of.
Yeah, and these guys are in a sense like gods to us.
Right.
But we're comics, but they're not gods to like regular people.
right, but they're just like dudes.
Yeah,
when
they're
walking
they're
out.
just dudes, you know. It's not
It's so
like
stupid. You're right. I get it.
it's
But
like running into
that's a good
us,
point.
like running into like person that does the Cellar, you know, that like headlines the Cellar, that's like running into Michael Jackson for a regular person. So it's like when a regular person sees Michael Jackson, they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Well, I forgot Michael Jackson's dead, but like.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, we were talking about R. Kelly. Michael Jackson has a documentary that's coming out on Sunday.
does
that's supposed to make R. Kelly look like Mr. Rogers.
Well, we kind of
Nobody's
knew.
I
making-
swear,
Nobody's
that's what
making
I
R.
heard.
Kelly look like Mr. Rogers.
It's about two kids that were at Neverland with him, and apparently the name of it's like Leaving Neverland.
But
Don't worry, once I watch it,
we
we'll talk
kind of
about
knew that Michael Jackson was raping kids,
but not
though, right?
really. It was a lot of suspicions, and people
was
had a
suspicious.
feeling things were going on that he liked
He
kids.
built
but
an amusement park in his house.
yes, but that's because he was also a fucked up little kid.
Can you forgive talent?
No.
You know what I mean?
Not on certain lines. Certain
really?
lines you can't draw.
What do you mean?
I mean, you
like,
can't.
Like I can always separate the art from the artist.
Oh, like can I appreciate
Yeah,
what
like
he did?
I always like
Sometimes
like,
I have a
Michael
hard time
Jackson
with it.
can honestly he could come out and be like, "Oh, he raped children." I will
Well,
still.
he can't now, but
I'll never
Like,
boycott.
no.
Still,
I'm not somebody who boycotts the
Jean.
music and shit like that, but he shouldn't be allowed to
It doesn't
make money anymore. Like once you do something illegal and it comes out, like the R. Kelly thing, he should be in jail.
I don't know. There was
Oh
one
yeah,
guy.
I mean,
Jail.
he should have the lawful repercussions, but
But can
I'm
you still
gonna
appreciate
listen,
the song?
Oh, I still
I'm gonna
love the
listen
songs.
to Ignition remix.
Yeah, exactly.
At every single party I
Oh,
will
yeah.
ever go to.
Oh,
You're
and I-
right.
and I
That's a
completely
weird
agree with
thing,
you
like,
on that.
it is a little tinge.
Because that's a
though.
great song, but like it means nothing to me. So I'm like, oh, this is a great song, but it doesn't mean anything to me. So there was this musician that I really liked that it came out. He was having relations with like kids online and shit like that. I'm talking like 13-year-olds and stuff like that.
Who, the guy
It
from Brand New?
No, not that guy.
Okay.
Which one from Brand New?
The lead singer from Brand New.
He's had some issues
He's
too,
had
right?
some issues, not like
Yeah.
R. Kelly issues, but he's had some
He's
issues.
had, but
with
he
the-
seems like a dick.
What he
anyways.
like?
The lead singer
but-
from Brand New is a complete asshole.
Oh,
from
yeah?
everything I've heard.
From what
I
I've
don't-
heard,
I've
he's not
never
a
met
nice
him.
guy, yeah.
But like he's had issues
never
with
really got
numerous
into
other
Brand New.
people, bands.
I don't know
I
what it
actually
was.
think he's a genius when it comes to songwriting.
Oh,
and
the
stuff.
songwriting's amazing. It's just not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
never
care
got
that the
into
guy's
it.
a
but
dick.
but anyways, this guy had like a thing about that, and then in an interview, he said that a lot of the songs he wrote were like about these people that he was meeting online. And I was like,
okay.
I don't know if I can jive with these love songs, knowing
That's
that they're
true.
about
Yeah.
like 14-year-old girls.
Yeah, I got
Like,
you.
that's- that
different
one
if
kinda
it's
got me.
personal, because
Yeah.
R. Kelly is just like.
But that's the whole thing. with
R. Kelly's like, that's
songs,
not
though.
making me feel anything.
But
you know
R.
what I mean?
Kelly's whole songs, when you actually see, I watched this 6 hours
I
worth
know you
of
did.
documentary on it. The only reason why, and I'm a huge R. Kelly fan. At least I
Mm-hmm.
was, and I can't say that I'm not now. Like his music's still good,
Yeah.
but all of his musics are fucking like creepy. Like when you think about it, and
Yeah.
then you think about the type of person he was.
But you don't, because I think the difference is you related to the other guy.
I related to the other
There was
stuff,
a
yeah.
relation aspect. So then
Right.
when he came out that he was messaging these 14-year-old girls or boys or whatever, then the message was different. Then it's like, holy shit, I don't do that.
It's like, wait, yeah. It's
Wait,
like,
you
wait,
had
I
the
don't relate to
feeling-
this as much as I thought.
But yours isn't like, you don't really, like, no one listens to my mind's telling me
Yeah,
no. It's
no,
like, that's
it-
me.
That's no, exactly. No, I
Been
agree.
on this for a while.
But my body.
Man, I was looking for a way to say that.
Yeah, this guy doesn't. You don't even know bump and grind. You don't bump and grind. Like nothing works for you.
I
Yeah,
don't
right.
see nothing wrong. No one listens to that, and it's like, yo, I
age
feel
is just
like
a
that
number.
when I'm
Yeah.
with
This
a
is my
woman.
heart.
Like he
and
wrote
lyrics.
"Age is just a number" when he was about to marry Aaliyah, who
Aaliyah,
was
yeah.
15 years old. So like
Yeah.
there are underlying, but I think he's a piece of shit,
thing
but
that
his music's
confuses
great.
me about him. Didn't we know that he like peed on a kid?
But no, he got
like,
caught on that, and
years
then he
ago?
got
Yeah.
brought to. He got basically he went to not to jail, but he went to trial and he won.
Yeah, but he peed on a kid, right?
On a girl.
The
Yeah.
age and everything of the person who they said it was never.
I was never like
confirmed.
confirmed.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Makes sense.
Was that post, what's that thing, Trapped in the Closet?
I think it was before that.
It was before that.
Wait, when was Trapped in the Closet? I'm trying to think.
That was it was probably it might have been around
Probably
the
all
same
right around the
time.
same time, to be honest.
But like I knew R. Kelly before pissing on girls, so like that's where it was a little different. But
But you know what? If Michael Jackson's a complete pedophile and Thriller comes on, I'm still gonna fucking rock out.
Yeah.
Like I agree with what he's saying.
give me a slippery floor and I will moonwalk.
That's
I
my
will-
point. Is I'm never gonna not like
Yeah,
his music.
true.
I may think he's a fucking. He could be the punchline of every joke that anybody does.
Right.
I won't defend him, but
Plus-
his music is what it is.
Didn't he start doing that creepy stuff when he was kind of done with music?
No. Well, the whole thing with him was he was a fucking beaten and abused by his dad. He never really had a
Very
childhood.
tough child.
Yeah, he did have a fucking awful upbringing. I'm not saying that justifies it, but he turned into a pedophile probably because God knows what the fuck his father did to him.
Jeez.
Get the switch. Joe, Big Joe.
Mean Joe Jackson.
Mean Joe Jackson. He actually was pretty famous, too, just for being the father.
For being the father,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Look at all those kids he developed.
Yeah, look
He
at
developed a
I
lot
mean,
of
the kids,
talent.
all of them have talent.
They
Yeah.
do.
They all have
All of them
talent.
have talent.
The mother
You
doesn't get
can't say
enough
his
credit.
method doesn't work.
Should beat the shit out of your kids a little bit, maybe.
Wait, could you just imagine being Joe Jackson, having all these kids and thinking they're all gonna start a band?
Yeah.
That's my
dude,
ambition
he's
for
like
this
grooming
family.
them
All
from
of them
birth.
are they're all gonna be in a band, and they're all gonna be. It's gonna be the
Together.
Jackson Five.
Jackson 5.
And he had to do that when they were little kids because they were how old
Michael
were they?
The man
Jackson
had
was
vision.
super young.
He had vision.
He had
he
a vision
did.
when they were like in diapers.
He doesn't
Michael
get
was
enough
like a
credit for being a
kid,
visionary.
though,
I
right?
see something with these kids. Oh, well, good for them.
Good for them.
Well,
Hey,
I don't think so. I mean, I guess.
I mean, Michael Jackson, it's like such a tough road to look at his life and be like, I wish I had that, because he's like, as good as
Tormented,
he
man.
was, he's a disaster of an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
of course. Yeah.
Remember when he got caught on fire? When he doing the
No.
Pepsi commercial?
Yeah, of course.
Don't
But I didn't know he got caught
That
on
was-
fire.
He was doing a commercial and he got
I think
hit
it
with
was
a
a-
spark or something like
was a
that.
Pepsi commercial.
And his hair caught on fire.
His hair caught on fire.
He was wearing too much fucking. He had like a whole. Didn't they say when he was like they brought him into the doctor's office? He just had like so much makeup on. Like it was like fucking a new face came off. They were just like
Peeled the makeup.
like fucking like you do when you're fucking plastering a wall, a fucking joint knife
Oh God. Yeah, there's like video of that
backled off the
online.
makeup.
Was that a Super Bowl
I
commercial?
think it was. I think
I
it
know
was
it was a
Super,
Pepsi
It was
commercial.
a Pepsi commercial. And I think it was a Super Bowl.
Was it
commercial.
when he did the Super Bowl?
Well, no, it was before. He
It was,
never.
it was for a commercial, so it might have been like a Super Bowl commercial that he
Okay.
was filming.
It was like a big production commercial, and,
his
his
hair went
hair
off.
went on fire.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's never any dull moments with Mike, but I can't wait to watch this fucking creepers, fucking pedophilia ways.
I'm sure you. Yeah, well, I can't wait to hear your.
I can't wait to
your
see my
take
take
on
on
it.
it. Yeah,
Your professional take
my
on this
professional
session.
criticism of it.
Yeah. So, Christian, I don't know.
How do we even segue
I
from
don't,
this?
I don't know where to segue from pedophilia.
I didn't know it was gonna go this route.
Yeah. Listen, we don't know where we're going at all. with
No,
this.
that's fine.
This is how it works. Yeah,
But-
we've never really known.
I do like that Christian gets pissed at what we talked about before we started on the show that I wanted him to get back into and how
Oh.
angry he gets about.
Oh, the like Tony Robbins-y type
Oh, yes.
motivational.
yes.
dude.
I just.
We
I don't,
need to know
I
a
don't
little
know
more
if I don't
about
know if
this.
it's them. I think it's more of the people they spawn. I think it's more of their children that they make, because they're all the people that watch them are either they're in a pyramid scheme or they're a real estate agent.
Everybody does real estate now.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was so easy to be a real estate
Oh,
agent.
yeah.
I thought you had to go to school for it. But every
have
kid
to
that
go to,
I
like,
know,
a course.
every kid that I know when they were 16 that sold pot is now a real estate agent.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's a new mortgages.
Yeah,
Before the
it-
2006 thing happened.
They wear a fancy suit and they're like big shots, and
Oh
they
my
sell one
God.
house every 3 years.
It's the same. It's that super short sides with
Oh,
the gelled back.
yep.
Yes.
Yep.
They're all the same. Oh my God, dude, it boils. my
Everybody
blood.
everybody goes
I
out and
hate-
gets a real estate
'Cause
license.
this is the shit that pisses me off. They're like you work a 9 to 5, sucks to be you. I fucking hate that shit so much. Anyways, but like all the people that these motivational speakers spawn are these dudes that are in pyramid schemes, and like I literally live for the moments when I get that Facebook message. Hey, like I haven't seen you in a decade. Hey, this is like what that one dude said. Hey, bro, looking pretty sharp.
This is a real message. you got.
Real from
Hey,
this,
bro, I love
from
that,
this
too.
this dude that I worked with at American Eagle 7 years ago.
It's always past employees.
Yeah.
too. I got a
Yeah.
story too.
Hey, bro, looking pretty sharp. Like whenever this is
That's
it.
odd. They're trying
No
to
guy
pepper
should
you up
say
a
that to
little bit.
another man.
Whenever
I'm gonna start
After
saying
you
that to all
talked in a
my
while.
friends.
whenever there's a dude that you know for a fact is straight, but they sound like they want to have sex with you, they're gonna ask you to join their pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
They're gonna ask you to join the pyramid.
They're gonna ask you whenever like this guy's straight, but why does he sound like he wants to have sex with me? He's gonna
he's
try
trying to
and
sell
he's
you
gonna
something.
ask
He's trying
you
to fuck you one way or
to
another.
go door to door with knives.
Set of steak knives.
So he goes, "Hey, bro, you've been looking sharp. which is weird. What he been up? What he been up to lately? And I'm like, you know, regular grind or whatever. I'm like,
Regular grind.
regular grind. I was like, and I got like a feeling. I'm like, he's probably gonna ask for a pyramid scheme. But I knew he DJ'd.
This guy's like the jack of all.
This guy really is like the world's biggest douchebag.
I knew he DJ'd, so like in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe he like he knows I'm a comedian. Maybe I could get some paid work out of this. Right?
Wants an MC.
But he could be the hype man for his DJ.
Yeah, like
All right, come on.
I thought he's running like a trivia night. He's like, I need somebody.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I've been doing stand up the past, 2.5 years. I'm like, what have you been up to? He's like, nothing, bro. He's like, I asked him if he's still DJing. He's like, still DJing. But you know what it's like living in New York? You can't just have one stream of income.
It's like a commercial.
Yeah, like literally a paragraph long. I've been building something on the side that I'm really getting into. You know what I'm saying? And he just writes, and he just wrote like, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. And at that moment, I was at my job and I was reading this and I'm like talking to the people that I work with and I'm like there's a pyramid scheme coming. I'm like, do I call him out like right off the bat or do I string him along? And then I get the idea. I'm like, before he hits me to ask him, because he hasn't asked me yet.
Fucking B-rabbited him.
I know he's gonna come with it. So before he asks me to join his pyramid scheme, I'm gonna ask him to join my pyramid scheme.
Oh, what a
That's
twist.
brilliant.
He did the B-rabbit, bro. You 8 miled him.
Yeah, so
That's it.
so I go and like, I mean, this is the kind of person I am because most people wouldn't answer.
Yeah,
right?
people would just, most normal people would ignore it.
They would ignore it, right? I take an hour out of my day.
Nah, it's fun.
I log on to Google Docs.
Good for you.
And then I go, and not only do I just write it, I make a rough draft. And I look at it, and I go, this isn't funny
It's not
enough.
good enough.
It's not good. And then I rethink it. And then I come up with that I work for Mary Kay. I'm a Mary Kay salesman for the men's product line. And I sell this new face lotion that consists of this thing called vitamin Z7. And because like with those pyramids,
you need something like
they sell those energy drinks. They're like, there's this ingredient makes you lose weight. It's like where's the proof? They're like, we're on the edge, right?
Yeah,
so
it's cutting edge
That's
stuff.
what makes you shit in
If
the
we
oven.
told you, we wouldn't be allowed to say it.
So I'm like, I need that one thing. So it's like vitamin Z7, and the thing about this vitamin, the aroma of it makes women ovulate.
It makes them ovulate. I love
Upon
it.
scent.
Oh my god.
And so upon scent, and I'm like, and in some cases.
What a key word, by the way. And in some
cases, side effects.
And in some cases, can make the most spiky-haired of lesbians deny their lesbianism.
Oh man.
And then I go, the first time I used it, 3 lesbians burned their flannels. And then LOL in all caps. LOL.
Oh, that's so fun. That's fantastic.
Did you get a response?
I did get a response. He goes, wow, man, good for you. I'm not really much of a salesman. By the way, what's a pyramid scheme?
No way.
I swear to God.
Really?
He said, what's a pyramid scheme?
I'm not much of a salesman.
And then I really wanted to get to where he was at, so I wrote back. I'm like, "What's your second stream of income?" And then he didn't answer me.
Oh my god.
I
That's awesome, though.
You won.
You won.
that's like I love when shit like that happens to me. I'm like, oh my god, I love
That's
it.
a
It's like a
gift.
gift. Yeah,
It's a gift.
That's a gift.
When I would like, because I just graduated from Farmingdale.
Right.
Typical
big
Long
up to
Island success.
Farmingdale.
Yeah.
I,
Wait, are you an FHS guy?
No, Farmingdale College.
SUNY
right?
Farmingdale.
SUNY Farmingdale.
I thought you were an FHS
So
guy.
I love taking the online classes just because of the first day. The professor goes, everybody introduce. There's always that like message board
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
And you go, everybody introduce yourself, right? And then like how you get points is you have to comment on 2 other people's posts.
Make sure that you looked.
Yeah, so on
Is
one
that how that works? I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's a newer college thing.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. Anyways, So there's one class, and they're like, tell us about yourself. So I make up this thing that
God.
I'm I breed East Asian goldfish. And I have a setup in my basement.
A nice setup.
And then I continually refer to myself as the aquatic matchmaker. And the best part is it's like literally like a paragraph long. I posted on my Instagram. And the best part is there's people that have to comment on it in order to get points. And the people that and there's some people that know it's a joke, and then there's some people that they're like, "Oh wow, that's very interesting. Could you tell me more about your East Asian goldfish?" Like that's my favorite thing. That's what gives me true happiness.
There you go.
It's just hitting people with a level of sarcasm that is astronomical.
Yeah, it's above and beyond.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
But that's my favorite thing ever. But I have a vendetta against motivational speakers. It's a vendetta because you know why I fucking hate pyramid schemes so much? I was at one point I wasn't in school, and it's always that transitional period when they come by. And this guy that I worked with, it was a different dude, but I was still at American Eagle. He's like, listen, man. He's like, you want to get out of here? He's like, I can set you up with an interview at a temp agency.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay. I'm like, that sounds good. He's like, dude, you make good money, blah blah blah. He's like, I'll set you up with my boss, right? I'm like, okay. He gives me boss's number, and his boss, he gives his boss my number. His boss hits me up. Right, and he's like, oh, blah, blah. He's like, we'll have the interview at 9:00 at night.
Oh, yeah.
At night.
That's when you start. That's like the first.
Yeah, when he's done with his real job.
At night, and then it's in Farmingdale. Right?
All right, so good town.
Everything's
Great
sketchy.
town. Solid town.
It's in
Sketchiest town
You
on Long
say
Island.
that like that's bad stuff.
And it's in Farmingdale. Like that's what I was saying.
No,
What's wrong with Farmingdale?
Because there is a notorious pyramid scheme spot in Farmingdale.
Yeah, you're right.
So
You probably worked at it.
What
You probably do.
no,
Just come out and say it.
It's-
Oh wait, is it Primerica?
no, it's Amway.
Yeah.
They have it. So I go and I show up
are
to this
they?
place. I'm in a suit,
that.
right? And at the time I was like 19, so I'm like a little naive. So some people are like
Showed
kind of.
up in your suit at 9:00 at night.
So I show up there and I go and there's like 100 people in suits walking into this place, and I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Big time scheme.
What's happening? So I show up there. And I see the kid that I worked with that hooked me up with his boss, right?
Come on in.
He goes, come in. He's like, dude, biggest stupid fucking smile on his face.
God.
He showed up.
He goes, hey man, what's up? He's like, look how awesome this is. I'm like, dude, your guy told me I'm going on an interview for a temp agency. He goes, he told you that? So I go and they're like, and there's a sign up. You sign your name or whatever, and you go, and there's literally 250 people in this room. There's guys on stage. And I'm sitting in here. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? I still haven't seen that guy that told me it was an interview yet. So they're on stage, and there's the first guy that goes up. When I was 26 years old, I retired.
Yeah.
I retired.
Ben Affleck from fucking Boiler Room.
I was a millionaire. He's like, you know what I do now? I work 10 hours a week. And there's projector screens, and it's him on vacation with his wife.
Yes.
And there's all these guys that go up, and it's all the same story, and it's such horseshit, right?
Oh, I did the exact same thing.
And right when I was there, I was like, fuck. But the scariest part was I was the only person there. There's 200 people there. I was the only person there that did not buy it.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to buy it's
Think about it.
They do energy drinks. You got to buy your own product. It's $150. That's where they make their money.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
You
I
buy
that.
it and you get
I've heard
stuck
about
with
it.
it.
You get so you sell it to your mom and dad. Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I have a great story to go with this.
Parents, bail me out of this
Yeah.
terrible decision.
So I go and I sit through this thing. This thing's an hour long, and it's stupid. It's a lipstick with a flashlight attached to it. They're like, you tell me you can't sell that? I'm like, I can't sell that. It's a piece of shit. So
You can't tell me you can't sell this lipstick with a flashlight. Come on.
and they're bringing girls up on stage. They're like, I could use this. They're like, when you're out and blah blah blah. They're like, guys, you got to sell that whole fucking
bullshit.
mantra. And so, anyways, at the end, At the end, I get swarmed by these guys. They're like, literally, I'm surrounded. They're like,
Men in suits around you.
like, oh my god, and all they keep saying to me is like, I know it's a lot to take in, but it makes sense, right? I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense.
You told him this?
I'm like, nah. I was like, I'm trying to, and then as soon as I almost damn near sprinted out of there.
Oh God, those
sprinted
places.
out of there.
Man, yeah.
But I
had
have.
something
That's why
very
That's why I have a vendetta.
I see. There's always a reason why. But did people leave midway? Like the first girl comes
No
up with
one leaves.
lipstick and a flashlight.
No, because they were all really young.
Yeah.
They were all definitely
okay.
18. Like,
So they know how to pick their
wide-eyed.
prey.
they
Well,
know how
yeah.
to pick their prey, and it was just I hate when people take advantage of people who don't know better.
Yeah, that's all that is.
And I think that's such a moral sin when
Oh,
people
yeah.
do that. So that's why I have hatred, and that's why I relentlessly love to fuck with them.
Yeah.
So you're a
love
big
that.
fan of
Yes.
the guy from Fire Fraud, right?
But I haven't watched that
Oh
documentary.
my God,
I haven't
you gotta
watched
watch
it yet.
that.
I didn't watch it either.
You're gonna love that guy, Billy McFarland.
Oh
what
my
a
god,
piece
yeah,
of
that guy's
shit
a
he
piece of
was.
work.
Yeah.
But no, I did something very similar. After I got arrested from my job at Sherwin-Williams, when I got taken out in cuffs.
I still work there, but
Wait,
go
hold
on.
on.
And
I'm sorry, you can't just
Yeah.
skip it. I'm sorry if you
You know,
told
we don't
us
have to worry
already.
about you. It's not about you. It's about me.
I'm sorry if you
No,
I
already
got
told us
taken-
we can tell you.
No, we can
Oh,
talk
this
about
is a
it.
great story. I have no problem talking about it.
because
This
we're
is
gonna have to
something-
lay the foundation before.
This is
Yeah.
a long foundation.
But wait, give me the spark
Just-
notes.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So basically, I was a manager of a Sherwin-Williams. Now, this is a job I had for 5 years. I worked my way up from driver to managing a store within like a year and a half, 2 years, and then managed
Okay.
a store within a couple of years. Had some stuff that happened in my personal life, and I basically threw in the towel on life,
Okay.
and I just started doing sketchy things at work.
Okay.
What, like huffing paint?
No, just some
Like selling copy
unethical
machines.
things.
Okay.
And basically, I wound up getting taken out of my store in cuffs.
Wait, can you still not talk about what you did?
I can, but I
you
for
choose
the
not to.
time
Opt
like
not to.
other stuff
Yeah,
to
yeah.
talk about. Yeah, I got taken out in cuffs and
Okay.
wound up going to court for a felony for I don't know the whole year it basically took before it was basically I thrown out and yeah, so I was unemployed
Gotcha.
after this job.
Okay.
And somebody who worked at that company, who's no longer employed with them anymore either, comes up to me. And this was like a good kid. Like, I actually would have trusted, like, if he's like, yo, I got another job for you. That's why I went on this interview. So he's like, dude, I started doing this thing. I'm probably going to leave Sherwin-Williams soon. I
love
think,
it.
you'd probably be awesome at it.
Well, I'm there for another
let's
month,
check it out.
tops.
So I'm like, all right, give me the information. I'll set something up. I call up the place. They tell me to come in this one day. I come in, and I'm thinking, like, he said it's going to be an interview. Right. But it's not. It's like a quick little meet and greet that I met him and his brother because his kid's whole family worked there. And it was like, all right, we're going to go into this conference room, right? And there's like 5 or 6 of us there, and we're going to give you a little spiel about what we do here. And then, you see what you want. If you want to come back afterwards, you do it. So I'm like, all right. And like the whole time, I have this weird thing because it is in the financial industry. My parents, my brother, everyone's like, it
And
seems
why would they
like
want
it's
you
a
in the
pyramid
financial
scheme.
industry?
And I'm like, listen, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it is. I'm not really sure, but I do trust the kid who put me in this situation. So now we go in. And it's like one of those things where it's like a PowerPoint. It's like, this is not a pyramid scheme. But then
Oh,
it's
God.
like the top guy on the thing gives 2 to the bottom, and that guy gives 3 to the bottom, and it's like shaped as a fucking pyramid.
Yeah.
Dude,
you
they
know what
did
I'm
that when
saying?
I went to my meeting. They're like, it's not a pyramid scheme, and they show a graph,
they
and
show-
it's
And
a
they show a
pyramid.
graph, and it's a fucking pyramid. It's one guy at the top, and it just sinks down. Like, I'm not even joking. It was almost comical, where it was like, this isn't a pyramid scheme with the pyramid.
It's a
behind it,
triangle.
And it's all that. It's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, this is obviously a pyramid scheme. And like, you know what? At this point in my life, I'm like, fuck it. I'm sitting here. I'm going to listen to it, and I'll make a decision after it. I really don't think I'm going to go through with it. But then we get out of there, and they're like, so what we advise you guys to do first is write down 25 people you know. And then it's like, and now I'm like, all right. I was like, all right, yeah, see you guys. I'm going to think about this, and I'll just come back. And I wound up leaving. It wasn't as good of as the story as his, but Their places are ridiculous. They bring you into a little thing, they pitch you, and then it's like, all right, give me all your family's names.
What
and
do
then
they sell though?
It was Primerica. It was financial. It's how to save your money. It was like a financial plan.
Oh my
It's
god.
like even worse. You know
That's-
what I'm
that's
saying?
even
Like,
more
It's not even
devious.
like
That's
it gave me
devious.
something to sell to somebody. It's like you're going to be able to. It was just it was a joke.
Just
You
give
think
us
they
your
would
money.
change, like, they maybe use a pie chart, like instead
No,
of the
you know
pyramid.
what
Like,
though?
the
I
hell?
think some people will still
I'm
go
sure-
for it
definitely
though.
people-
You
Because
know,
all
like,
people are seeing is like, oh, so if I get 5 people and those 5 people are paying me, and then those
If,
5
if
people,
you can if you
and
can
like,
play the game, the crazy thing is if you can play the
It
game,
works.
you
Yeah.
can get there.
Yeah.
And once you get there, you're set because it just keeps feeding itself.
because it
And then
does
everybody else
work.
gets
You just you have to play that
It
game.
does work and it is legal because they do tell you how it's all set up.
oh
but
yeah,
it's
that's
so,
why they're in business and they have an office. But,
But
it's
it's
still
so
it's
shicey.
so
You have to be a
shicey.
complete lunatic for
Oh,
it to work.
yeah.
Right?
But
You
you
got-
also like
well,
this place.
you
You
have
to
to
go
be
through your
like a
family
shark.
and friends.
Yeah.
You got to fuck everybody
Yeah.
in your family.
That's the
and
thing.
friends that
You,
you know.
have to be a shark who's got no
no more
doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself, kind of thing.
The worst job. I got hooked into a job interview where I got pulled into a. It was like I forget, like a purchasing job, and I go over there and it was out east somewhere in Ronkonkoma or something like that. I'm like, this drive's gonna be awful. So I go to this warehouse. And the guy's just sitting there, and he's like real chipper. You know, these guys are always like,
Oh, yeah.
"Hey, what's up, buddy?" Great, like,
Oh,
like,
yes.
like, all right.
Oh, I got a story about
So
that.
he goes, all right, so here's the deal. We're Scott's turf builder. And I was like, okay. And he's like, what you're going to do is you're going to go around, you're going to find people's lawns, and you're going to flip their lawns. You're going to tell them we're going to put this and that, we're going to put that and that. Between you and me, I don't know shit about lawns, but you're just going to. So I'm like, so you also want me to bullshit to people? And he's like, well, you're not going to bullshit to them, but you just. So they wanted me to go.
You like
door to-
selling, don't you? You like selling?
Yeah. And they always do. We feel like you'd be really good. I like your rat.
Everybody would be really
I
good.
like your attitude.
Yeah.
It's just like they must have these like.
Dude,
like,
they have
words.
like a target almost. When I was
Yeah.
20, like a few months before I started doing stand up, I had this guy come up to me in Dick's Sporting Goods. I was buying like a
find you
football,
anywhere.
bro. I was buying a football and he's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "A football." And it's like this stranger talking to me and he's like, "You know what, man? You just got this look. Like I think you'd be really good at marketing. Are you into marketing?" And I'm like, "Well, I went to I got an associate's in marketing at school." He's like, "Oh, no way, man. That's great." So we got
No matter
I
what
was
you
like,
said, it would have been like,
marketing.
oh, that's great.
So he's
Yeah,
like,
with the
"Dude,
clown
so here's the
college.
thing. I have this open position at my company. It's a marketing company. It's going to be great. All we got to do, we got a bunch of flyers. We're going to go out to Long Island City, and we're just going to hand out some flyers all day. It's marketing, right? And
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
oh, I
So
don't know
the
about
school
this.
would
So
do
I
that?
told him yes.
Dude.
I told
You
him
did?
yes. And then I gave him a fake phone number, and he's like, great. So I'll just call you now so that you have my number. And then he called the number, and it wasn't mine. And I was like, I'm going to go. All
right, I'll see you later,
uncomfortable.
busted.
Dude, I
sure you typed
Super
that in right?
uncomfortable.
I love the rhetoric. I love
Dude, they're brilliant, though,
I
because they
love the
target,
rhetoric.
like...
I love it. The kid that made me go to the interview, like he used to always say, because I was about to go back. I wasn't in school, but I was gonna go back. And he was like, "Yo, bro, why would you go back to school?" He's like, "You know how much professors make? Why the fuck would you want someone to tell you how to live your life who's fucking broke?" Like it's such. I love it.
Oh, the
Yeah,
words
they just
they
shit on
use.
everything.
I want to retire my parents, don't you? Like,
And the tone, they have this tone like that. How do you not know?
Yeah, that's what it is.
What I know.
It's like, dude,
What are you doing?
if you knew the things I knew.
What are you doing walking around here?
yo, why you playing the game, bro? Yo, the system's
What?
not set up for guys like us. I love that.
Guys like us.
I love that shit. When
They
I
just-
see that on Facebook, just like,
Oh, there's this one guy that pops
Real
up on my
estate
Facebook.
energy.
He drives
Love
me
it.
crazy.
But I think it's so the real estate. Everybody does real estate, but nobody sells houses. They
By
just
the
have a
way-
real estate license, but like, oh, when's the last time you sold a deal? Or how come I've never friends I've known forever? I'm like, oh, I never knew you did real estate. How many would you close this year? oh, I just got my license. So everybody's just starting. Everybody,
They closed one house.
Yeah.
Right. They closed, and they're on Instagram like success.
Success.
They got a picture of them in front of the house.
Another happy family.
They're going through their like open house. They're putting on their Instagram story. It's like, oh my god, because you know what that is to me. That's like true. Because like women don't do that. That's like male insecurity. That's
It is.
like,
Oh, it
and that's like
absolutely
the
is.
same thing when a girl posts like a half naked picture. That's like that male insecurity.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's look. I'm
Open
doing
house.
Dude,
I'm
feel that
I'm
way.
doing open big things, baby.
Big things, big things.
Dude, I know there's one dude who's all over Facebook, and it's like every time he sells a house, you got to take a picture of the family.
Oh, I
With
bet.
their key, you know exactly.
I
on
feel
this.
that
This
way
is what
about
makes
those
all the hours
dudes.
worth it.
This
This is what
No,
makes
no,
all
no.
that hard work. You see that family's face? This is why you do it.
Another
guys-
smiling family.
I'm ashamed to say, but I went to real estate school for a little while.
That's why he's so quiet on all of this.
But I'll tell you how it ended. I went there and they go in. They're like, now hiring. You could be a real estate agent today. I'm like, all right.
Everybody can.
I went to Century 21. They're like, all right, we're going to send you, get your license. We're going to get your license right away. I'm like, I'm a dummy. I'm not going to pass this. So I went into this school, and I'm like, all right, they're looking at properties. And then they took us out. This is like, I was there for maybe a week and a half. And then then they took us out to the parking lot and had us just measuring the parking lot. And I'm like, I left mid. I'm like, I'm
What,
not doing
teaching you how to do square footage or something like that?
Yeah, and I'm like, this isn't for me. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I left the ruler and went back to my car, never to become a real estate agent.
I've done that on one
Probably
job
for
where I
the
went on
best.
a lunch break and never came back. That's
What-
the
what
best
job-
thing.
what job
It
was
was
it?
a telemarketing job. I just
Oh, so
fucking
yeah.
done.
They're used to that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing like a job. No one cares about you. You don't care about them, and it's like, all right, we both agree. I'm out of here.
I
I'm
did
not-
that
just
once,
not
yeah.
coming back.
I did. I worked at the makeup store Ulta
Oh boy.
for 3 weeks.
Really?
What drove you to do that?
I
Girls.
It's a good
well,
spot.
one thing for the girls, right? And the girls were gorgeous there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
the
Yeah.
only dude that worked there.
I bet.
But it was because you think like, oh, I'm working with all girls.
No,
This
they
is
all
gonna
thought you were gay.
No, they didn't think I was gay. But you think like this is gonna be sick. All girls? Are you kidding me?
They hate you.
Right? No, they don't hate you, but just the conversation is so terrible.
Oh,
The conversation is so just like, well, he did that, and like what, and it was just like the worst stories ever.
And you have to sit there and be
I have
like,
to
oh my
sit
god,
there,
that's
and then
so interesting.
then like the people look at me. Then I forget like I have to sell the makeup, right? I don't know shit about
Oh,
makeup.
yeah. How does that work? Are you like a salesman? Like, do you?
I
get,
worked the
like,
register.
commission?
I was on the
alright.
register
So at least
up
you don't
front.
have to know shit.
And like, but I didn't.
weren't
But you
applying
still
bluff?
got it. You wouldn't believe the amount of people
We
that
put some
like
foundation on you.
the amount of
Puts-
the amount of people who buy shit and then 5 minutes later will return it.
Yeah.
It was like frustrating. And
What?
I was. It was.
It wasn't the color.
This
I
is
thought.
what happens when you have girls though. Indecision.
It paid pretty good, but like it was just like it was so boring and I was so miserable. I had
What?
no
You
idea.
didn't find anything that you were into with that?
Yeah,
That
it was
industry?
What,
so
like what?
bad. A
How
friend
hard is
got
it
me
to
the
keep
ju-
a straight face too when someone like really who makeup isn't going to help their situation walks up to the counter and you're like, you sure
That,
$100
like people would
on
ask
this?
me, they're like,
So you don't want a different color?
Yeah.
yeah. No, they would be like, it would be like, especially the hair shit.
Like,
they're
I don't
like,
think
well,
this is
they're
the
like,
problem,
my hair is
sweetie.
like this. If I use this conditioner, it's like, is it gonna keep it straight? Like,
screw
you know.
them for even asking. a
And
guy
it's like,
that.
and
Well,
it's
they probably assume he's fucking.
well,
Yeah.
they assume that I work here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, when you work somewhere, you
should
assume the
know a
person
little bit
knows
about
what
the
they're talking
product,
about.
No matter what they look like, you gotta just.
Oh
take it
my
for what it
god!
is.
And it was I was always, and I used to always call over like another girl. I'd be like, hey, I'm like I used to tell the customers, I'm like, just go talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know.
This one, you get what you get.
They're going to know better.
They know, and they were crazy about.
Did you look at me?
Yeah, they were crazy about selling like the cards that they.
They have, like
the Ulta member cards.
Oh,
And I used
that's
to.
every retail place.
So you
Yeah.
did work for a pyramid scheme.
No, and like if they'd ask me to and if they said no, I would take no for an answer, which is
all right.
not
You know what?
which
Most
is not.
people in retail. That's what you do. You
Which,
just,
which is why you
I
only
just
worked
go,
there for
it's
3
like,
weeks.
It's like, all right, I'm not gonna badge you because I hate that shit when it happens to me. You know?
Listen, I get the badgering, and I don't. That's what I do for a living.
No,
is
I don't want a
sales,
credit
but,
card from
like,
CVS. Like,
you'd be
no, I
surprised how many
don't.
people do want that though.
Some people do, man.
Yeah, bro.
Some people do.
Salesmen wouldn't be in business if people weren't buying.
Yeah.
It. But I just think it's
Listen, pyramid schemes wouldn't be around if they didn't
work.
get a bunch of people,
if there
man.
wasn't just
A bunch of
idiots,
dummies.
just
a
idiots
bunch
who are
of
like,
fucking
what,
idiots.
They're like, this energy drink has what in it? It can make
Wait, it makes them ovulate
oh my
by
God.
scent?
I look this ingredient makes you lose weight.
Yeah, bro.
Without
Vitamin
doing
C.
Without doing this thing, it's in it, and then you ask them like one extra question, and they have no idea what the fuck. They're
Bro, it's
talking
in it, bro. It says
What
it
do
on
you
the
mean?
can.
about. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
that's fantastic.
No, it could be
I'm
like
sorry
that,
to
man.
make this podcast all about pyramids.
No,
I was very angry.
No, you're
very
passionate
angry
about it.
things.
I'm very angry about things that don't fucking matter.
Yeah, no, but that's
I
me.
like, you
So
know-
That's
it's
the
me.
best way to be angry.
That is
about
the only way to be
I
angry.
Yeah.
feel like, though, we need pyramid schemes. You got to keep the people who, like, do them busy. Like, otherwise, they're
Why
going to
do
be
we
out
need to keep
there.
them busy?
Because what are they going to be doing if they don't have
That's
pyramid
true.
schemes?
What are they
Waste
going
your
to be
money
You know
doing?
what I'm
somewhere
saying?
else.
I don't know.
What are they going to
Yeah,
do? They're
like,
going to get bored.
That's true.
You don't want a bunch of bored dummies
I
out
actually,
there.
when you
Yeah.
first said that,
You know?
I didn't realize you were going to go in a pyramid scheme direction. I thought it was just like the quotes, like, like live your life to the fullest, or
Well,
even
even that's bullshit.
that shit is
too.
what
like
aggravates
that
me, because majority of the people sending those things out there aren't, practicing what they preach.
You know what
No.
bothers me is
That's like me putting out these
is like the
positive
people
shit.
that you ever follow someone like on Instagram. I know this guy that I graduated high school with that's like a total fuck up. He has like 2 kids, 2 different women, like doesn't have a job, so like he's not paying child support. He's got like tattoos everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Not doing well, right? And then he posts little picture quotes that say like haters say I can't win.
Oh,
Hey, bro.
Haters gonna hate.
Bro, the haters aren't your problem.
yeah, they're
They
the least
say
amount of your
they say I can't.
They
win.
say I can't.
Why
bro.
are the chips stacked against me? Still I rise like the phoenix. Like shut up. I love
Shut
it.
the
Positive quote.
love
the worst. Like,
I love
live
it.
your life to the fullest. Don't everybody. Oh
I
my
love
God.
it.
You could try all you want. You can't hold me back.
You can't hold me. Like in the gym, I know everybody fucking hates the gym guys, but there's like, cause like I know I have friends of friends who are meatheads. Like so, there's guys. They're not my friends, but like I have to follow them on Instagram, right?
course, yeah.
Because I'm
Oh,
somewhat
yeah.
Right, you got to
associated
keep
with
up
them.
appearances, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's this one dude, right, that I know, and like he's like a bodybuilder, okay, and he posts like the videos of him working out, but
can't
the
even.
which is I get it a little bit,
Some
but
people, I guess, whatever. to each
but
his
he
own.
edits them.
Oh,
He edits them
Just
so
put music in the background?
so you have the dance music in the background.
Dance music, interesting.
But like like the EDM. So
Yeah.
and then at one point the beat drops,
Yeah.
right? So this guy's doing it and like he's like posing, and like right when the beat drops, simultaneously he pulls up his shirt to show his abs, and like he does the like the drop and that's not even the worst. The worst
Dude, I'm
part is
dead.
he edited it so the video like shakes like an earthquake just happened. And I just like, are you kidding? Like it's
I stopped following so many people because of their fucking fake positivity. Like, I hate if I see another person, right, cutting out the negativity in my life, all my friends. I'm only keeping positive people.
right. And there are a lot of miserable
Shut
people
the
that say
fuck
that.
up. We're
There's a
all
lot of-
miserable.
it's all-
You're
first of all,
miserable.
it's all miserable.
yeah. All of a
Yeah.
sudden they're Buddhists.
Yeah,
People
everybody's so
people
fucking
are
positive,
Buddhists.
and everything they hate on is what you are. Like, I hate people. Who just everything's like don't even get me started on Facebook posts, because I do post, but like I admit what I am. Like, I know I'm obnoxious. I know I'm a troll. Like, I do
Yeah.
it to have fun and to fuck with people.
Right.
And then like there's just like I'll say something about someone's politics just to really get a rise out of them or something like that, and then like somebody else will post something like, I hate all people who post politics. You're all so negative, and you're all, you're all the problem. And it's like, but you're just sitting back there on your own fucking.
But you just made a politics post.
I hate. Yeah.
exactly.
I
It's
hate
like
that-
you're making that post
yeah.
about about
Yeah.
disregarding it, but you obviously listen, pay attention, and you're posting about it.
Right.
I hate the people that are in the middle. That are trying to impress all sides.
Everybody
every
that-
The
side,
one that's
oh.
like, guys, come on, can we all get along? That's the one I hate the most.
I hate the I
Yeah.
agree with
Let
you,
us
but-
argue.
I agree with everything you said, but no. So you don't agree with what
Yeah.
they said, but you
Right,
don't.
but
you wanna
here's
be
the
nice.
opposite.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like intellectual on like the
I
face-
listen as well as talk.
I
feel
could,
like you've
I
gotten
could
a lot
see,
of
I
these.
could see how you see that. Like, dude,
No, you
play
can't.
the game or
Yeah,
don't.
stop. Yeah.
Play the game or don't. Commit, you pussy.
Yeah.
All right, either you're far right or
You're
far left.
nailing it right now.
Don't
Oh
don't
my
be
God.
don't be the guy that's like, listen, like you have to see it from their angle. Don't have empathy.
No.
You
Don't.
fucking
Go for it or
weak
don't go for it.
human
Yeah.
being
Yeah, stick by your
cannot
guns.
stick by your guns, you
Exactly.
pussy.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate you.
100%
Shit or get
with
off the
that.
pot.
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing. Is like if you're gonna debate somebody or even put yourself in that argument, don't start fucking stroking everybody's ego and to give your point as well. Like, fucking bash them if you don't agree
Don't
with
be
them.
the smart guy that just I
listen to both
I
sides.
want the fire.
Yeah.
Give me the fire. Be one way or the other,
Exactly.
and be the most as possible.
They want everybody
Right.
to like them, but they also want to try and put their own. No, you can't. Unfortunately, if you're gonna give your opinion, you better be willing to have half
They
the people.
do
hate
it
you.
almost like passive aggressively.
Yeah, I can't, and that's the worst type. Like, I see it all the time because you could tell that they're like, they totally don't agree with it, but they're somehow friends or there's some sort of connection, and they don't want to cross a line.
Let's have
And
a
it's like,
discussion. No.
yeah, I don't want to.
This is Facebook. Yeah, this
Let's
is
have a
Facebook. Let's
discussion.
not.
Like, where do you work? Where do you, are you the president? Are you like? Let's have a discussion, dude.
No,
like
I'm
you're a
just telling you
plumber. You're a plumber. Talk about the pipes. You don't know anything.
Listen, it's like one of those things. It's just I can't stand when you go into an argument, but I just can't. I agree, but like you don't agree.
Could you imagine just going and just be like, I'm fired up. I gotta write a Facebook status.
Never.
No.
I could
Could
never.
you imagine feeling like that's like when
No.
you're mad? That's your first reaction. The Facebook status.
Facebook
is
is gonna hear about this.
going, yeah.
People need to hear what I have to say.
Yeah,
I've never
right
felt
now.
that way.
I've never felt that, especially not on Facebook.
I can't
Like,
I've never
Facebook's
done
a
it
waste
with
Like,
that
if you want
way.
to do it in your comedy or something like that, okay, cool.
I don't
Like,
even feel that way in my comedy.
No,
No,
I
I
you
don't feel
but,
that
like,
way either.
I
Like,
get
if
up
you
and
wanted
speak in
to,
a
though-
microphone. I'm like, I never feel like people need to hear what I am
No.
going
You
to
also know
say.
what bothered me too, like how I said everything gets brought to politics too. Watching the Fire documentary, Fire Fraud on Hulu.
I still haven't seen it.
Great documentary, right?
Yeah.
In the last 10
No, I
minutes, they bring it
haven't,
back
yeah.
to Trump.
I have no idea.
Somehow
I have no idea.
Somehow they whirlwinded back to Trump. They're talking about a festival that went up. There was a fucking scheme. Guy tried to have a festival on a separate island.
But did he have something to do with it, or they just?
No, nothing to do with it.
Really?
Had zero to do with
That's
any
crazy.
Republicans, Democrats. It had
I
nothing
feel
to
like
do
you
with
might have
politics.
something to do with
I
it.
feel like, dude, I don't even
It
know,
had-
but I think he probably
His name
did.
wasn't brought up at all. This guy is some fucking idiot kid who decided that he wanted to
Very
have
good people on both sides.
No, and then it comes back to Trump, and it's like everything has to go back to him. Why can't I watch anything that's just no politics in it? I was about fire fraud, like it was about a show that
No,
went
I'm
on
with
a
you.
plane.
That's it is annoying.
It's annoying.
You can't
now.
escape it.
You can't
No.
no matter what. Everybody feels
There's
the need
no-
to throw you their 2 cents.
Yeah, there's nothing.
to say how much they hate him because that's the cooler thing to do is to hate him, and everybody
Yeah,
agrees.
or how much they love him.
Or yeah, whatever. But it just I can't stand so many things these days.
I know. You these days.
But I
as long as
post
I've known
things
you.
on Facebook, but I will do things really just to like I'll text them
So
and watch this.
wait,
or
we're
Facebook.
rounding down an hour, chick. You got chicks picks?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's Chicks Picks?
All right.
It's
Sorry.
It's
This
just
is
a
actually the
thing.
first
But
time.
This
It's a
is
new
the first
thing.
time we're doing it. Chicks picks. Chicks picks.
He's a big movie guy.
All I do is watch documentaries and movies.
Oh,
and
so you
shows.
pick some movies. Okay.
So now I just pick. I said that I wanted to.
You've been
recommend.
kind of doing this for weeks. but
Yeah,
we
I
haven't-
will throw out like.
Yeah,
you know,
we
I
haven't
just saw
called it
this and
anything.
that. We haven't really called it anything, but now I'm going to pick out
Chicks
one movie,
picks.
one series, and one documentary that I watch.
Three in an episode
And,
might be a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
It'll take 2 seconds.
Alrighty.
So the documentary that I'm recommending this week is Abducted in Plain Sight.
100% agree. Go.
You saw
Haven't
that
seen
one?
it.
Oh,
What
is
you
it?
see that Abducted in
No.
Plain
What's it
Sight?
about?
Before you say anything, I'm just going to say if you want to watch an hour and a half and just say what the fuck about 75 times, watch Abducted in Plain
Yeah,
Sight.
it's
Oh,
nuts.
really?
It's
Yes.
absolutely nuts. And it's one of those stories where like after it's over, you're like, how the fuck did that even happen?
What happened though? Like, what's it about?
So it's basically directed by Sky Borgman. She's never really done anything else, not just. But I felt like giving her some credit.
All right.
But it's basically about a family
She's gonna put
friend.
this on her-
yeah,
She's
she
gonna
can
love
use
this.
your shout out,
Yeah.
Chicks.
Yeah, the 100 people who listen.
It's gonna make or break it.
Her Wikipedia. She
Sky
directed
Borgman. I just
Abducted in
made
Plain
her
Sight.
career. I just made Sky Borgman's
Wow, she
career.
got one more follower. Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's basically about a family friend who abducts the daughter of this couple right from like under their noses. So basically, it's like me and B have a daughter, and you're our friend.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying
I don't think
you're
you're
our friend, and
explaining
we
this
hang out,
right.
and
Man,
you just fucking
no,
steal
you
her.
guys go
No,
on
it's a
dates,
friend.
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
Wait, was it like because like the family was abusive and they're like, we gotta take care
No,
of this?
good
No, they were-
kids. It was just had a good relationship with like a neighbor.
All right.
It was a couple,
That's
and
fucking
then
weird.
like some guy came in, and he was like very nice to the wife, and
He was a close
Very
family
nice to the
friend. Yeah,
husband.
and then after he starts finagling the kid, they come to bring it. He had an affair with the mother.
don't spoil it. But
All right. So it's about an
He
abduction
fucks the mother,
of a kid.
and he has the father jerk him off.
Okay.
all right, that's the best part of the show, or the whole thing.
It doesn't matter. It's not the whole. That's
Brendan,
not.
it's not porn.
That's
Well,
It's right in the middle of it. It's not blowing up anything. It's basically this guy steals their kid, fucks both the father, the parents, and it's just about how this guy basically destroyed this whole family.
All right.
yeah.
that guy really
outstanding.
infiltrated.
Now I don't need. Yeah. No kidding. Dude.
He hit
Went above
every
and beyond,
he
man.
destroyed every aspect of the family.
Yeah.
Nobody was innocent.
Nobody.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody had a
Holy
part to
shit.
play.
And he, like to this day, he just denies doing anything wrong. Like he's just like
Well,
the most manipulative
I mean,
dude
like-
Well,
ever.
I mean,
What caused the dad to jerk him off?
Pressure.
That's why I said you watch this stuff and you're like, how does this even happen?
All right, I gotta watch
Because it's like
that.
if a man was ever in there and it's like these guys were just like, all right.
See, I wish you didn't say that part because that was my part in the movie where I had to stop it and walk around. You
Yeah,
ever
hey.
like watch a show and you just have to pause it and be like,
You're like, wait a second.
What?
Yeah.
What?
just
No, that's
happened?
never happened. I'm just like, what just happened?
just
And then
happened?
I usually rewind to hear it again.
Because that was the craziest. To me, that was the
Dude,
craziest.
like,
Because
so-
right when he just says it nonchalantly, like, yeah, so I jerked him off.
there was a
just
tear
like,
in his eye. He's like, oh.
Yeah, he felt bad now, but
I'm
it
a little
was just-
embarrassed by
I'm a
this
little
part.
embarrassed.
Did he
So
have like a
was-
gun to him or
was
something
the,
like that?
was
Like, what
the
was
But I think
father that jerked him off was he gay or
No.
was he just
Well,
like
No, well, yes.
You know
Was he
what?
First
At
of
this
all,
was
point,
he
I can't even
bored?
say for sure yes or no because
don't
it's just like you don't know.
We
They
know
don't-
he was a customer service representative at Ulta, but we don't. But no, it was and after that they're like he's not that bad of a guy, and then the guy the predator was like, I think I'm gonna sleep with the
mother, the wife.
but the daughter too. After he's like, I'm gonna sleep in the same bed with her.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, all right, cool.
Oh,
He's
good.
yelling at me for going into details, and he's
Well, now we've already gone.
Well,
into it.
the bed had memory foam. I don't blame him.
Hey, it was
1970.
comfortable.
This is no memory foam. This is Springs.
So that's my documentary.
it's a documentary.
Abducted in what was it on?
Abducted
It's
in
on
plain
Netflix.
sight.
That sounds,
Anybody
that
wants to
sounds
know where it
incredibly
is.
interesting.
I've been
on
telling
Netflix.
people
That
this
sounds good.
since I watched it. I was like, as I was watching, I was like, you guys gotta
Dude,
watch
yeah.
it. I was setting
That's
up
my whole
there.
thing is I always want to tell people what I should watch. I'm like, I'm just gonna pick one from everything. I don't care if they're old or new or whatever. Every
Yeah, go
episode.
for it, man.
Yeah.
The movie I like, Vice.
Didn't see this.
Didn't see
but
it
I
either.
will.
Up for Best Picture this year. Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney. Steve Carell is Donald Rumsfeld.
all right.
Amy Adams is Lynn Cheney, Dick Cheney's wife. And Sam Rockwell plays George W. Bush.
Sweet.
Sam Rockwell kills it.
I heard that.
George, one of the
Very
best George
good.
W's
I heard that.
I'm not a
I've ever
political
seen.
movie guy. I can't get into politics anyway.
This is one. Have you
I
ever seen the movie
You
W?
know what?
Where it's like
couldn't get into it.
I didn't see
comedy,
W. Was it
but
good?
It's not. It's like a serious comedy about like it's like true, but like
Right.
they kind of put like a little humor to it.
But shout out to Christian Bale for being able to play.
Well, they gave him a fat suit too for him. But Christian
Yeah, but that
Bale,
guy's- that guy
Christian
does
Bale.
good.
That guy's
and-
amazing.
and
Just
Sam
generally
Rockwell
speaking.
were awesome.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
Steve
I do
Carell
wanna
was
see
Steve
that.
Carell. I actually thought they could have got a better person.
I really
I
want to
like
see.
Steve Carell.
It's not that I
what he's
don't
doing.
like him.
He
I thought
might
they
have
could have
just-
got a better person
yeah,
for the
Okay.
part.
That's
All
fair.
That's really all that was.
That's fair.
But it's just basically like a drama / biography / comedy about Cheney's rise to leadership.
Cool.
And it was basically how he was the man calling the shots. When
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
thought
he
it was
kinda-
Bush. It
he
was
ran the whole
all
thing.
So
Cheney.
he was okay.
He was the whole
But
shebang.
yeah, Amy Adams was good in it. I mean, it was. I thought the casting was really good. I thought Carell was good in it. I just thought they could have got
Could
a
have
better
picked
person
a
than
better
him.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, directed by Adam McKay. This one is on the guy who directed Succession and The Big Short. So
Cool.
the guy has like a background in
The Big
like,
Short is actually a great movie.
Exactly. And
I
it's
didn't
the
see
same
that.
guy
One
who
of-
made it, and
yeah.
it's excellent. And do you ever see Succession?
Nah.
Succession
Oh,
is
that's a great show.
I
It's
didn't see
another
that
good
either.
show. I won't put it on this one, but it's another very good show. That's why I wanted to. And this guy actually also did Step Brothers.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet.
Yeah, this guy
All
did
right.
a whole bunch of
Cool.
stuff. And it's actually in theaters now. But actually, yeah, it might be out now. I don't even know.
What's that?
Vice.
Oh,
Is it still in theater? I don't.
I
even
think
know.
it is because I want to watch it, but I couldn't.
The series I
think
want
it's
to
still out, yeah.
recommend. This one, I was after I wrote. I'm like, how is this the first one that I picked? But did you guys hear about You?
Yes.
Oh, I
heard
just
about
watched the first episode.
What'd you think?
I liked the first episode.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna start off. By
I've
saying
heard mixed things.
this isn't the best show.
That's exactly what I've heard.
It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and say I recommend it because it's an amazing show, but it's super creepy. It had a solid plot. It's a psychological thriller. The dude from the Gilmore Girls, I think, Penn Badgley,
Yes.
is like the main player in it. The chick who's in it is super hot, but it's just entertaining. I kind of like the plot. There's a lot of unrealistic things that happen in it.
Yeah, so
And-
I watched episode 1, and it was good. The review that I heard was it's not the best show you've ever seen, but you won't feel like you were robbed at the end of
And
it.
that's exactly
Yeah,
how I felt.
it's-
Somebody asked me, and I told them, I said,
Gets the job done.
Get-
yeah,
it's
I was
like-
thoroughly
Yeah.
entertained watching it.
The entire time,
if
right?
if you're gonna sit there and like really try to Siskel and Ebert the fucking thing and be like, oh, there's holes.
There's
in the
a lot of
plot.
holes.
There's
There's
a
a lot
lot
of
of
holes.
holes. There's some stupid shit that goes on just as far as how
Alright.
he's stalking them in like plain sight, and he's like got just a hat on.
But I
got past that shit.
I don't think you could watch 4 episodes of this and not want to
and
finish it.
exactly.
Okay,
And
alright,
that's
that's
kind of
good.
how it was
Yeah.
to me. Like it was entertaining.
Maybe the
it was
dumbest
good.
show ever, but one of the most shows. I had to finish it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then the whole plot is this dude finds a girl with daddy issues and then just starts becoming a fucking creeper.
Creeper, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stalker,
There's other
basically.
creepers involved in it too. It's not like it's just him, but I won't go give
Yeah.
up
Spoiler
too
alert.
much.
And John Stamos is in it. So,
And that
Oh,
was the
that's
other
cool.
the cameo that really took me back was John Stamos.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a big part per
Uncle
se,
Jesse.
but he's in it enough where it was like, wow.
That's pretty cool.
So those are my 3
Speaking
things.
of Netflix stuff, though, Kimmy Schmidt's out. New
Yeah.
6 episodes of Kimmy Schmidt is out.
What's Kimmy Schmidt?
it's
Great
a good show.
Great show.
I have
You
no
saying
idea.
I got to watch this on Netflix?
Yeah.
A lot of funny jokes on there. Yeah, it's a good show. I haven't. I'm way behind on that, but
There's so
I
much
won't
stuff.
say anything.
Punisher
Great
just
stuff.
came out that I haven't watched
Yeah, I don't
yet.
give a fuck about that.
My taste in shows is so terrible.
Let's
What
hear
do
it,
you
'cause I
like?
wanna
Yeah,
know
what do you
what
like?
I'm
I
not
just-
good either.
I just like, this is kind of screwed up, but like I just love extremely violent. Like
I'm right there with you.
like
got
I
a
want
movie
I
for
want
you.
every visual form of entertainment to be like the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
too
Did you ever
much
see
for
The
me to handle.
Raid?
That's fine.
I've never seen The Raid, but like
The
I
Raid.
just like I like bloody war stuff.
All right.
And I just can't watch anything else. People get into storylines and dialogue. It doesn't do it for
I'm a
me.
You
huge
like-
dialogue guy. That's
you
why I
like
love
booms
Quentin
and bangs.
Tarantino.
Booms and bangs, but not like action.
Okay.
I either watch that
It needs
or,
to be like
or-
real, almost like.
Yeah, like I either I watch really violent, like I love Scorsese movies and
Right.
like the
Goodfellas
classics,
and
of
casinos
course.
and shit.
But I watch either like that or like history documentaries.
Yeah.
I
Big
love-
fan
I'm
of
with
those
that. I'm with that.
Check it
Ken
as
Burns fan?
Chick almost fell off his
Ken-
chair.
it's
This is like crazy to me, though.
I know.
He
Wait.
hates the same things I hate.
I
yeah.
know. Watch
Are
it.
we best friends?
Yeah.
Which
we're gonna have
one?
to-
Which
we're gonna
one?
have
No,
to
you're
watch
married.
Ken Burns
Which-
tonight.
Ken Burns has done everything. He's done Vietnam,
He's
which
done
is on
everything,
Netflix.
yeah.
That's the one I'm
That is
watching.
the
Yeah.
best
That's-
documentary that
It
I think
really
he's
is.
done.
It's
It's
really good.
super informative, and it's like year by year. It's one of the best ones
and
out
it's
there.
yes, year by year, and that's why I love it. And
That's
it
on
goes
Netflix
so
right
into, it's not
It's
just
so
it doesn't
in-depth.
blanket anything.
It doesn't, and
That's
it's not
good.
even biased. He gives a straight objective, like
it's
this is what it
fantastic.
You guys are
Fantastic.
finishing each other's sentences now. This
Yeah.
is getting crazy.
No, they're
Ken Burns
married
does
now.
that
That's
one.
it.
He also has one called The War, about World War One. No, I'm sorry. The War was the one about World War II. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam is about Vietnam. He has the Civil War on there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got.
How to get footage from the Civil War?
But that's the other thing. It's still frames. Big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
That's why I liked Vietnam a little better because it's got a little bit of
You
color
got
and, like,
everything, and then there's the recordings of Lyndon B. Johnson
Yeah.
like losing his shit in the Oval Office. He's like, oh, he's like, are things looking good over there in Vietnam? They're like, no, everybody, we're losing this war. He's
Everyone
like, stay
died.
in there. I got to get reelected.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
it's so that's like it's I love the Vietnam era because that's like the first time
best.
people were like the government
Yeah, they're like,
is
what is
fuck-
going on?
they're-
I
What's
think it
and
was HBO. Did you guys see Nixon by Nixon?
Nixon by Nixon. I've seen all.
Oh,
I've seen.
dude, let me tell you something. So Nixon by Nixon was this HBO documentary, and
Nixon
it's
was a good
not
president.
like there's not a ton of not really though, but like
Yes,
there's
really,
not
no.
there's not a
Don't even
ton
get me
of
started.
Chick's got different politics than us.
No,
but
but it's
no. He did some good things, but he was
ended
also
a war
like
that was. He had nothing to do with Vietnam. He did lie about certain things,
yeah,
but
he
he's
lied
the only
about a
one
lot of things. He lied
that,
about
that
a lot.
was an ongoing lie that was going on from Kennedy, who everybody loves.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Anyways,
You know what I mean?
Nixon by Nixon is it's a movie. There's almost no like
Just his words.
footage or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just his recordings, like the recordings of his phone calls.
Oh, wow.
This was not a great dude.
I'm not saying he was a good dude.
They're all
They
not a good
all
dude.
be like that. If you heard
Lyndon
their
B.
stuff.
Johnson
Of
was,
course,
was
yeah.
a horrible
terrible guy.
Lyndon B.
Yeah.
Johnson had a probably. I'm not gonna. He probably had a hand in JFK's that whole.
Oh,
coup.
for sure.
Like I'm a huge.
Are you a conspiracy guy?
No, I'm not a
Ooh.
conspiracy
Not-
guy. But the
neither am I.
JFK thing. it
There's
is
a
what it
couple
is.
of them that I'm like,
Like the 9/11 conspiracies make me sick because it's just not.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Did they
I
take
just-
something and run with it? Yes. They didn't do it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like, I don't want to hear about the explosives that were in the building.
Yeah,
and
it's,
shit like
Yeah,
that.
that
Like,
one's
there's so
all-
much
that one gets
far-fetched
squirrely
stuff.
'cause
we
you're
didn't
talking
land
about
on the moon's a
physics.
fucking joke. I don't think the JFK it wasn't a really conspiracy. It was fucking hated, and he got killed by. There was a bunch of people that had their hands in it. Is my
The
thoughts.
creepiest one to me is the MLK one.
Well, he got killed by a fucking white fucking hating asshole.
Yes, but years later, the FBI lost a civil lawsuit saying that they had a hand in his murder. Like they might have been supplying the
that would
guy
be- that I never heard too
information
much
or
on
something
that.
like that. Like it's a super interesting one to look into.
But no, I'm a huge
But,
history guy.
you know,
You
it's-
might like the Battle of Chosin too. It's about the Korean War, which is not much on.
yeah. There's nothing on the Korean
There's
War.
not a
Korean
ton,
War
right?
is super interesting.
I'm gonna put you on to a super great YouTube channel, Kings and Generals. Right? Are you into like battles and stuff?
yes, I'm into all
They
that.
they go into in depth about like battle, like from like all like they
from,
go
like,
from
both
Julius
Korean Wars.
Caesar
Yeah,
up
right.
to World
Oh,
War
when
II.
they talk about battle, I think I've heard somebody mention
they
this.
bring they're like they break it down almost like how like those football guys break down football plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The one in the Civil War does that, and you think all the generals for the North, like it's amazing that the North won that war.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
crazy some of the stupid things these generals did and how many people died because of it. But that was the whole thing with Vietnam, is that these guys would go after a hill for fucking 3 days, lose thousands of lives on both sides, take the hill, then leave. And
Yeah.
then the hill would get, like, it was the most pointless war. Like, you can't even, there was no ground being, like, at least in World War II, the Battle of the Bulge, they were trying to get into Germany, and there's all this other shit, but, like, there was no, like, real.
Here's the huge difference is too, like in World War II and not in any of the wars after, it was like clear who you were fighting.
It was
Like
clear
they
we
were
fighting
in.
Vietnam. It was just clear the reasons. were
Well,
a
but it
little
wasn't
foggy.
really because it's like they would hide amongst the civilians.
you couldn't see them.
I mean,
yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
what- it
Like,
wasn't
but like
like
in World War
they-
II,
they
they're
weren't
wearing a
wearing
uniform.
Yeah, they
like
were-
they're
okay,
wearing
that I
like
get what
they
you're
got
saying.
helmets.
No,
and
I
they're,
get what
like,
you're saying.
They
Yeah.
have the flag on them and shit. But like in Vietnam and all the wars since, it was like they just hide in the village.
No, that's a fair.
You know?
That's very
Yeah.
accurate. I can agree with the whole Korean War one though was just crazy to me because basically what they did was North Korea fell back, had the Americans follow them into Korea, which is what they wanted, and then China and everybody else just surrounded all the Americans, and then it was like a beeline to get the fuck out of there. It was,
Yeah.
like, it was
Yeah.
nuts. It was just a lot of cool ass shit on
Well,
there.
I'm really enjoying 90 Day Fiance, so that's all.
Yeah.
That show is top notch.
Is that the one where they just meet and then they have to get married within 90 days?
They need the.
Oh, that's
K1
terrible.
Visa.
That sounds like a really
Are
good
you, do
idea.
you like 600-pound life?
Yeah, I like that too.
I get into those.
I like all that
I
stuff.
like
oh,
that.
I can't
like
watch that shit.
I like how excessive the fat is. I like
Yeah.
how the fat has fat.
It turns into like leather. Like you can make coats out
I
of
don't
it.
want
And the
Wait, what?
people and the people that
You can make coats out of this.
and the
bro?
people that feed them, that's my favorite.
Yeah,
because
those-
it's such a psychological, like they feed them the mozzarella sticks and whatever, and they're like they're not that fat.
Like, it's nuts. It's a nutty thing. But
Oh, there's just so much good stuff out there.
There's a lot of good
That's
stuff.
the hardest
out
thing for
there.
me
I
to
know.
work out is
Fucking
now,
tough.
even on my drive at 2 hours, I put things on my phone.
You're one of
and I
those
put it on them.
psychopaths that watches Netflix while they drive.
Dude, I hate those.
That-
people.
how do you
Wait,
do
there's
that?
other
not
people
only
do
does
it?
he that he does that all the time, and
I didn't say, not all the time. And
every
only
time I've been in
certain
the car
things.
with you, the phone is right.
Phone, yeah. Don't act like I watch Netflix with you in the fucking car because that's never happened. That you're just blatantly lying.
The
We
man's got
watched the
restraint.
war on the way back. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
when I showed you one thing and we got to your house and I showed you what you're talking about. But either way,
That's another time.
my whole point, I will put on certain things if I just have to listen to it. If it's not something I have to visually see, I will put it on there. Yeah, I will. I'm not going to act like I don't. I'm sick.
Oh my god.
There's not enough hours in the day to watch the
stick
shit
to
that
like
I
audio.
Yo,
Bro, how much
you're
shit do you
acting
have to
like
watch?
watching it is like work. Like there's not enough hours in a day. I
I gotta get this done.
gotta
by
get it done. I
Friday.
gotta do it while I'm driving. What do you mean?
People are listening to all types of shit, though.
I got a podcast. I got to recommend 3 things. I got.
This is work. This is
Think of
work.
this. Like, I want to
Yeah,
get home
chick
before like 9:30, so I can go watch some shows at least. 30th. No,
He's got to do research.
Yeah.
It's for my job. It's for my job.
I should have. I found the wrong thing. I should have been like a critic or something.
Well, you are a critic in a way.
Yeah, I just don't get paid.
Guys, this has been fun, right?
This has been fun.
Yeah, this
you,
is a great time.
Christian Hahn. Can you? What's your social? Do you have a social media account? Can we follow your Instagram to find more of these insane?
My Instagram is Mingle with Christian.
Mingle with Christian.
Ha.
And my Twitter is Mingle with Chris because you can't make a Twitter thing that long.
All right.
All right.
But yeah, that's some branding right there.
All right.
You can Facebook friend me. I don't have a Facebook page.
Yeah. We'll find you on there. Thank you so much for coming. You've been
thanks
We
for having
appreciate
me.
No,
it's a
this
good
is
one.
great.
an absolute
Your
joy
peach.
of a person to be on the show.
Oh, thank you. I had a
You know,
great time.
Yeah.
I'm
You
a
know,
big
this guy-
fan. You got some common
This
interests,
is
man.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. These two are married now, and that's
Yeah,
good.
I'm glad we
They're
hit
gonna
it
start
off.
their own
Yeah.
podcast about
He's gonna get home and be like me.
horror movies.
I hope he doesn't really think he's good friends with me now.
All right, guys.
Thanks for listening. We love you.
If you made it this far, rate and subscribe.
Every
And
fucking week.
we've been saying this since
They all
week
make
one.
it this far.
Okay.
They love us.
Well, now they're not.
Now they're not.
Yeah. Now they're not.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Peace.
All right.